If you've ever walked into a room that has been closed up for a while, then you know about that stuffy feeling you get, which can be uncomfortable. I want to tell you that it's not your head because there's actually research showing that the carbon dioxide buildup in a poorly ventilated space can cut your decision-making ability by like 25%. So that brain fog you feel is real, and it's because your brain is underperforming because of the air you're breathing. And I bring this up because most advice about stale air treats it like a comfort thing. They say you need to light a candle or open a window, forgetting that we spend 90% of our time indoors. And the EPA says indoor air can be up to 100 times more polluted than outdoor air. Now, here's where everyone messes up when faced with this situation. People mostly go straight to solutions without finding the source. They buy air purifiers, then deep clean the house, and finish off by spraying stuff everywhere. After all that, their place still smells stale because they're treating the symptoms instead of finding the source. So before you do anything else, I need you to pretend there's a dead animal hidden somewhere in your house, and your job is to find it. You probably won't find one, but you'll find something. I know of someone who spent weeks trying everything, and it turned out that they left cooked collard greens in an electric wok for 2 weeks. Another person swore they didn't have mold. Their dad, who'd been a contractor for years, kept saying it's mold. They argued about it, but guess what was hiding in the closet? Mold. There are a bunch of spots people miss. For instance, behind the dishwasher, where there might be a slow leak you'd never notice. Also, the fridge drip pan underneath that most people don't even know exists, it gets algae buildup. Your ducts can be an issue too. Anyway, my point is, if you've tried the basic stuff and it's not working, stop buying products and start investigating. Since now we've ruled out the horror movie stuff, let's talk about actually moving air. Because even opening a window has more to it than people think. Opening windows on opposite sides of your house works better than opening one because of the pressure. You're giving stale air a clear exit and fresh air a clear entrance. If you only open one window, the replacement air sneaks in through the cracks, the dusty gaps, and your attic. Technically, it's still outside air, but I couldn't call it fresh. The Germans call this technique burst ventilation, and doing it for 10 minutes creates more air exchange than leaving a window cracked all day. If you can't open your windows, run your HVAC fan without heating or cooling. Most people don't know that the fan-only setting exists, so running it for 20 minutes a few times a day is enough. And if your place feels damp or heavy, even after ventilating, a dehumidifier helps. Aim for 30 to 50% humidity. Here's where I might lose some of you. You see, those plugins and sprays smell nice, but they release volatile organic compounds, including formaldehyde, which is a carcinogen. A study found 44% of air fresheners tested emitted at least one cancer-linked pollutant, including the natural and organic ones. I'm not saying to never use anything scented, but using fragrance to cover stale air is just stacking problems because you've still got bad air. And now you've also got chemicals reacting with it. If you want your house to smell nice after you've actually fixed the air, a simmer pot with cinnamon and cloves works. Also, coffee grounds absorb odors. Another thing people forget is that curtains hold smells. Shocking, right? And it's not curtains only. Even the clothes sitting in drawers, old books, couch cushions, or even house walls. Our grandparents washed walls twice a year and aired out rugs in the sun because UV kills bacteria. Today, we have all these gadgets and do half the maintenance they did. So to fix that, pour some baking soda down your drains and follow it with white vinegar since they get funky without you noticing. Also, if you've never wiped down the walls, please do. And lastly, wash the curtains if they've been hanging since you moved in. Finally, when buying air purifiers, get a HEPA. The ionic ones tested poorly in Consumer Reports and produce ozone, which is basically putting smog into your house. The companies call it energized oxygen to sound healthy, but it's not.